If cricket can transcend time, boundaries and generations, these players have certainly proved their mettle since the game's inception. Though their greatness can't be measured in numbers alone, these players have changed the course of the game almost single-handedly with their consistent performances time and again. The absence of Len Hutton, Ricky Ponting, Virat Kohli, Sir Jack Hobbs, Adam Gilchrist, MS Dhoni, Wasim Akram, George Headley, Graham Pollock, Malcolm Marshall, Rahul Dravid and many more stalwarts just proves how good these men in this list are. Here is a list of the top 11 greatest cricketers of all time. Arguably amongst the greatest bowlers ever to play the game, Shane Warne redefined spin bowling like never before. He brought a style quotient to slow bowling with his famous walk up to the crease and a ripping wind-up action. Not only did Warne generate tremendous spin off the pitch but was also immensely accurate, a trait that is very tough for a leg spinner to conquer. Even as he went on to become one of Australia's most potent bowling options, Warne was no mug with the bat and his aggressive batting did rescue his team plenty of times from pressure situations. He was the leading wicket-taker of 708 wickets in Test cricket, until December 2007, when the throne was usurped by another all-time spinning legend Muttiah Muralitharan. He has been named twice in the Wisden Cricketers of the Year in the Wisden Cricketers Almanac and also been elected twice as the Wisden leading cricketer in the world. Jacques-Henri Callas, born on 16 October 1975, is a former South African cricketer. Widely regarded as one of the greatest all-arounders of all time and as South Africa's greatest batsman ever, he is a right-handed batsman and right-arm fast-medium swing bowler. As of 2020 he is the only cricketer in the history of the game to score more than 10,000 runs and take over 250 wickets in both ODI and Test match cricket. He scored 13,289 runs in his Test match career and took 292 wickets and 200 catches. He is one of the few Test all-rounders whose Test batting average is over 50 and exceeds his Test bowling average by 20 or more. Ian Botham, hailed as one of the greatest all-rounders in the history of the game, Botham represented England in both Test and one-day international cricket. He was an aggressive right-handed batsman and, as a right-arm fast-medium bowler, was noted for his swing bowling. In Test cricket, Botham scored 14 centuries with a highest score of 208, and from 1986 to 1988 held the world record for the most Test wickets until overtaken by fellow all-rounder Sir Richard Hadlee. He took 5 wickets in an innings 27 times, and 10 wickets in a match 4 times. In 1980, he became the second player in Test history to complete the match double, of scoring 100 runs and taking 10 wickets in the same match. On the occasion of England's 1000th Test in August 2018, he was named in the country's greatest Test 11 by the ECB. Brian Lara is popularly nicknamed as the Prince of Port of Spain, or simply the Prince. Brian Charles Lara is a former West Indies international cricketer, widely acknowledged as one of the greatest batsmen of all time. He topped the Test batting rankings on several occasions and holds several cricketing records, including the record for the highest individual score in first-class cricket, with 501 not out for Warwickshire against Durham at Edgbaston in 1994. Which is the only quintuple hundred in first-class cricket history. Lara also holds the record for the highest individual score in a Test innings after scoring 400 not out against England at Antigua in 2004. Ricky Ponting is widely considered to be one of the best batsmen of the modern era and in December 2006 reached the highest rating achieved by a Test batsman for 50 years. Ponting was captain of the Australian national team during its golden era, between 2004 and 2011 in Test cricket and 2002 and 2011 in one-day internationals, ODIs, and is considered one of the most successful captains in international cricket history, with 220 victories in 324 matches with a winning ratio of 67.91%. He is one of the most successful Test captains of all time, with 48 victories in 77 Tests between 2004 and 31 December 2010. As a player, Ponting is the only cricketer in history to be involved in 100 Test victories. Muttiah Muralitharan is widely regarded as the greatest and the most successful bowler in the history of the sport, and is the only bowler to take 800 Test wickets and 530+ ODI wickets. Muralitharan is also the highest wicket taker in both Test and ODI formats and averages over 6 wickets per Test match. As of July 2021, he has taken more wickets in international cricket than any other bowler. Muralitharan held the number 1 spot in the International Cricket Council's player rankings for Test bowlers for a record period of 1,711 days spanning 214 Test matches. He became the highest wicket taker in Test cricket when he overtook the previous record holder Shane Warne on 3 December 2007. Sir Garfield Sobers is a former cricketer who played for the West Indies between 1954 and 1974. A highly skilled bowler, an aggressive batsman and an excellent fielder, he is widely considered to be cricket's greatest ever all-rounder and one of the greatest cricketers of all time. Overall, Sobers played 93 Tests for the West Indies, scoring 8,032 runs at an average of 57.78, and taking 235 wickets at an average of 34.03. He has the 5th highest batting average in Test cricket in the list of cricketers with more than 5,000 runs. Vivian Richards. He is regarded as one of the greatest batsmen of all time. In December 2002, he was chosen by Wisden as the greatest ODI batsman of all time, as well as the 3rd greatest Test batsman of all time, after Donald Bradman and Sachin Tendulkar. Overall, Richards scored 8,540 runs in 121 Test matches at an average of 50.23, including 24 centuries. As a captain, he won 27 of 50 Test matches and lost only 8. He also scored nearly 7,000 runs in one-day internationals and more than 36,000 in first-class cricket. In one-day cricket, Richards was judged by Wisden Cricketers' Almanac to have played the best one-day international innings of all time. Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar, born on 24 April 1973, is an Indian former international cricketer who served as captain of the Indian national team. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest batsmen in the history of cricket. He is the highest run scorer of all time in international cricket, and the only player to have scored 100 international centuries, the first batsman to score a double century in a one-day international, the holder of the record for the most runs in both Test and ODI cricket, and the only player to complete more than 30,000 runs in international cricket. In 2013, he was the only Indian cricketer included in an all-time Test World 11 named to mark the 150th anniversary of Wisden Cricketers' Almanac. Sir Donald George Bradman, the Don, was an Australian international cricketer, widely acknowledged as the greatest batsman of all time. Bradman's career Test batting average of 99.94 has been cited as the greatest achievement by any sportsman in any major sport. During a 20-year playing career, Bradman consistently scored at a level that made him, in the words of former Australia captain Bill Woodfull, worth 3 batsmen to Australia. A controversial set of tactics, known as bodyline, was specially devised by the England team to curb his scoring. As a captain and administrator, Bradman was committed to attacking, entertaining cricket. He drew spectators in record numbers. He hated the constant adulation, however, and it affected how he dealt with others. The focus of attention on his individual performances strained relationships with some teammates, administrators and journalists, who thought him aloof and wary.